Hi, Ali Weber, Kabbalah Guru. Welcome back to my channel. We'll be having our 11 o'clock meeting. We're going to be doing Tanya and Torah as usual today. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so I can send you other videos. Smash the like button. Send your comments. I appreciate your comments. We're going to really talk about the plague, about Torah today. In Torah today, we're talking about the plague of darkness, and I think this really embodies what's going on right now. There's just so much, there's like an information darkness. You can just feel it. I mean, it's just like everything is about to break. We're about to come into like a new light. You can just feel it. So I think the Torah really echoes this sentiment, and I think we just have to like be patient with ourselves right now and take a deep breath. Anyway, please like and subscribe, and let's rock. Today's Torah Parsha, we're talking about the plague of darkness. First, we're getting over the locusts. The locusts descend on Egypt and make a mess and create a kind of a darkness there. I mean, can you imagine just millions and zillions of these bugs? I think I've kind of seen it. I think in my youth there were times when the locusts did descend upon Westchester County. I certainly seem to remember a raining of cicada bugs, but it's different. And this plague of darkness is really, I think this really embodies what's going on today, is this darkness, because we don't know what's going on. I hear about the quantum financial system, I hear about the rainbow currency, I hear about gold and silver, I hear all these things, I hear about justice, but we don't see it. Now, hearing is like understanding. So that's on a deep level. We've come to understand all these things. We understand how we've been lied to on every level. You see, last night we had our meeting, we were talking about Joe Rogan. I mean, the news becomes the news. It's all about information. It's all about this plague of darkness. I really think that's really what's going on here. And I think we're gonna experience the lifting of this darkness in two ways. First is going to be this week. I think we're going to see it from like a higher level, let's say from an intellectual level. We're going to understand that the darkness, this incredibly oppressive governmental, economic, educational, medical structure that's been ruling the planet for thousands of years, is starting to dissolve. The matrix is disappearing before our eyes. That's the good news. Now, I think we also have the calendar days, and I think we are coming into the time of Passover. I mean, Passover is like a process. It's a cleansing process. And at the end of the process, we have Shavuos, where we receive the Torah, and we go through we count the 49 spheros. So it's a tremendous cleaning process. We're leaving slavery this week in Torah. We're in the plague of darkness today, and there's only one more plague left. That's the plague of the firstborn. So we're going through the last three plagues in this week's Parsha. And then on Friday, we actually leave Egypt. So this is happening I think on kind of like a high level, on an intellectual level. And I think this will be more manifest as we move into April and we move into Passover. It'll be experienced on a more, granular physical level, and we will be purified. Certainly, I mean, there is, I've never felt a period in my life where the idea of leaving Mitzrayim, of leaving the narrow place, of leaving the place of constriction, of leaving our own limitations, of leaving debt slavery, of leaving medical slavery. I mean, what they have done to the population is unconscionable, and there will be trials. Of that I have no doubt. People will be brought to justice, and I think we're going to see a hint of this week with the president's speech on Thursday. I think we're going to experience this on the level of hearing. We're going to hear about justice. We're going to hear about truth. We're going to hear about information. We're going to hear about the coming light, the Great Awakening, the age of Mashiach, the age of the Messiah. We're going to hear about this, but we won't see it until later this year. And then we will actually see, we will actually taste, we will actually experience liberation in a real physical way. So I think this is a time of tremendous hope. I think this is, the plague of darkness was a very pivotal plague. Why? Because in the original occurrence in Egypt, 80% of the Jewish people decided to stay and pass over and leave their bodies in this plague. They disappeared. And only 20% of the Yidden left to become a nation. But the Rebbe said that this time everyone is going to go free. So let's hope that everyone wakes up in time. And I mean, I see people waking up in ways that, I would never have expected. People seem to be all waking up. But this whole cabal, this whole evil cabal is so obvious and so desperate and so evil that we're coming into, we have to really see it. We have to really experience it. We have to really leave evil and run to do good. Run to become a nation. Run to become a new people. Run to embrace the light. Run to embrace an era of goodness instead of this ridiculous enslavement that we've been going through for thousands of years at the hands of this really evil cabal. So I think that's really about all that I need to say. So we're coming into a great new period. Do not be afraid. Know that this is the Great Awakening. This is a process of rebirth. And we have to go through this period. We have to experience the dark. This is the plague of darkness. We have to go through this darkness. I'm not finding any information. It just seems dark out there. But we have to go through this darkness. And then now we have to run towards the light, run to build a new nation, run to build a new world, really, where we'll all be working together, we'll all be sharing the same currency, we'll all be experiencing the bounty of this rich planet, the beauty, and we'll spend our time cleaning it up, cleaning up the mess that we've really made. I mean, we've allowed to exist on this planet. We're going to clean this mess up. We're going to leave Mitzrayim, leave the narrow place, leave the place of constriction, leave this real evil cabal and their worship of the Satan, and hiding it in Disney movies. I mean, does it get any crazier than that? And this whole thing with censorship and Twitter, I mean, even the name Twitter just sounds so silly in itself. The whole thing is just, it's just a lot of CEOs are resigning, I'm hearing. There's a tremendous reversal of fortune going on. There are going to be trials. These people will be held accountable. But I think we're understanding it now. And we will see it later as the year progresses. So do not lose hope. This is the Great Awakening. This is the way it has to go. We're in the plague of darkness. You can't really expect to hear much, to see much, to know anything really of what's going on. But I think a great revelation is going to take place 11-4. That's the 11th month, Shvat, the 4th day. 11-4 is Thursday, when the president will give a speech at 5 p.m., which is, my friend Yossi tells me, is 1700 military time. So, all this is planned. All this, we've been working for this for a couple of years now. So just be patient. It's just a few days longer, and we will really experience, I believe, the panemius, the inner information, but the actual revelation will take place on the calendar, and we'll experience leaving Mitzrayim and enjoying Passover with our families and going into a new age, the Great Awakening, the age of Mashiach, the age of Messiah. We will do this together. We will do this with one currency. Who could imagine they could separate us even with this fake currency? They gave us fake currency. They gave us fake medicine. They gave us fake education. They gave us a fake environment, and they shrouded this in all their goodness. They played both sides of the fence. They told us about how they were concerned about carbon credits. Meanwhile, they were the ones to really destroy the planet. So we're coming out of this, man. We're going into the Great Awakening. Do not be discouraged. This is going to be a very exciting week, because in the Torah, we are leaving Egypt on, like Thursday night, Friday at midnight. And we're coming into, this is Parshas Bo, where we come to Paro with God, with God helping us. We come and we face evil in the source of its power, and we say, no more, man. No more will we live under your tyranny. We are a free people. We are not just like sheep to be led to the slaughter. The end of this is coming soon. And those of you who are responsible for this, you better think about it, man. You better think about which side you want to be on when the shoe drops. Okay, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you could send money, that would be very useful. Take my Kabbalah course below. Please focus on the last video and try to, it takes time. It could be, many months. You have to process all this vocabulary, but I think it'll really help you to really understand the basic philosophy of the 4 worlds and the 10 spheros. Have the greatest day possible. May the force be with you, and God bless.